Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessing and salutations to the hopeful elect, those in this gospel, God, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is titled Why We Tell You to Stay Away from That Woman. All right? Stay away from this fucking black woman. This black woman is a fucking degenerate, man. I mean, and there's to the point, brother. They're played out. You know, it's just like you don't be surprised with Keisha because their minds are just that fucking demented and just thwarted. It's ridiculous. It's to the point like who can really look at these creatures and really be amazed or appalled by them, man. At this point, it's just like they're wicked as hell. All right, so-called black woman, Eve, she's just a straight demon, you know, just because she got the license to do so. I was scrolling through, Facebook, and, you know, what happens is sometimes people repost things and they make comments about them. And I don't really know who this person is, and I really don't care. And may the Most High bring judgment on both of these demons right here. But reading this is kind of ironic because I'm assuming the chick that's in front, that's being held by the stud in the back, made this post. And that's one thing about you studs. You studs are gonna get the shit. You literally gonna get your fucking heads knocked off. Because one thing I noticed about studs, they swear they hard. They swear they men. But when it's time to throw fisticuffs or when it's time to stand up and you try to fight a man and you get your ass knocked out, you remember that you ain't nothing but a woman. All right? And that's majority of them, you know, they swerping down, they tough. You know, they sag their little pants, they got their little, you know, they got the little skinny jeans on, their little J's, they got the little long hair, you know, they walking around with t-shirts, but yet this bitch bleeds every month, you know, and she takes off her clothes and looks and let herself in front of the mirror. She sees nothing but hate. All right, she hates what she is, and this is really a demon, okay, because you got men that operate in the same manner, but instead the men acting like women. You know, it's just a shit show. But anyway, she says, I walked away from a good man to be with this stud. And that's crazy, right? She walks away from a man to be with a woman that looks like a man. Make that shit make sense, right? But it says, I walked away from a good man to be with this stud. I have never been with the woman, and she convinced me that as a woman, she can love me better because women know what women want. Which that's a lie, because a woman don't know what she wants. Okay, the scriptures say that a woman will choose every man. Women don't understand their emotions because their emotions, they say the average woman experiences up to 200 different emotions a fucking day. Okay, she wakes up in the morning, she may be sad, and then the next 10 minutes she's happy, then the next 10 minutes she's in between, then she's mad because, you know, somebody didn't like her picture, then all of a sudden she's in depression mode, and she's back happy because a simp then inboxed her, but yet she hates the simp because he's a lame, but yet she's happy now, you know, but she's mad because he didn't. I'm done trying to understand the woman's emotion. I've stopped trying that shit a long time ago because I've noticed when you try to figure these bitches out, you ain't gonna do nothing but stress yourself out, man. This is why a lot of men go to an early grave, because they try to figure these unpredictable creatures out. You can't figure out a creature that don't even know themselves, man. So the reality of it is, you just deal with them like the scriptures say. You deal with the woman. You deal with her as to using wisdom unto her as the weaker vessel, because she's the weaker vessel, because she don't understand her emotions, nor do she understand how to stabilize her emotions. Okay, a woman goes off, they react based on how they feel. Even if it's wrong as two left shoes, if they feel like something, this is what they react to. Instead of using rational thinking and common sense and logic, they don't have that. All right, and what I'm noticing too is that a lot of males operate like that too. They operate off their emotions. Well, I feel this way, so I'm gonna do this. Like when you go to those hoods, you know, in Chicago or whether any other inner city, you see a bunch of jakes out there on the corner, whether they selling drugs or whatever, they react off how they feel. Because let's just say, right, if you go down the street and you look at one of them And you may just be looking at his outfit because it may be a dope outfit, or he may look familiar to you, or it may be some type of sometimes you look at people and you phase out. It ain't always to size somebody up. But the nigga will feel that you're looking at him, disrespecting him. So he'll react of how he feels instead of getting understanding. And then before you know it, you in a whole scuffle or a whole shootout with a nigga because of how he feels. And that's because they've been brought up by bitches like this. All right. So it says here, she convinced me that as a woman, she could love me better because women knew what women want. I fell so deep in love with her. I left my entire life to be with her just for this girl to switch up on me after 3 years and leave me for a man. Because at the end of the day, man, even though you want that left hand shit, at the end of the day, nature takes over. And before you know it, you're going to still deal with who you were destined to deal with. Okay, I never heard that shit. Well, I'm just strictly addicted to this one sex. No, somehow, some way, they always end up reverting back to the opposite sex that they deal with because that's the way the Most High intended it. Okay, I don't give a damn how gay a bitch is or how gay a nigga is. At the end of the day, they gonna still be attracted to the opposite sex because that's what's wired in them. This is why a lot of times when gay men, when they deal with other men, notice that you have a actual kind of masculine dude, which a lot of times both of them be feminine as hell, but you have a more masculine one and then you have an effeminate one. Okay, like the bozo I work with. It's so weird because I think he's dealing with the dude, but yet I believe that the dude undergo a sex change, or he took some type of puberty or some type of hormone blockers, and now the dude is turning to a female. Okay, and you can tell that once upon a time, it used to be a man, okay, by the facial features. But when you look at this dude now, I mean, the dude's growing breasts, he, got ass and everything, and you kind of look at it, it's kind of a weird situation. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. And it's like, wow, this is really Babylon the Great. But yet the fucking dude he deals with is merging into a fucking woman, which shows you deep down inside he still wants to deal with women, but he's fighting his inner man because, it's a demon on these people. Same thing with her. She left her to be back with another man. You know why? Because this is the stud right here in a white dress. Well, she has a body is like, wow. I mean, she got a crazy body on her, even though she still got that masculine ass spirit, but deep down inside, she really wants to be fucking dominated by a man. And that's all these studs. Like, if you ever seen these studs dress up as women, they like, damn, this chick look kind of good. You know what I'm saying? Because they're still women at the end of the day. Like, what's that chick Snoop from The Wire? Everybody thought she was a little dude, you know what I'm saying? But when she actually dressed up as a woman, that nigga she was stacked, bro. I was like, damn, like, she looks good. Like, nigga, shoot a shot, like, type. Because they're still women at the end of the day. But Jake is so goddamn wicked to the point Jake is wicked, man. But it says here, switch up on me 3 years and leave me for a man, which was all right to leave you for a man because that's who she should be with anyway. Okay, the Lord created the Lord created a woman for the man, and it says, and I've been right ever since. Now I want men to feel the hurt that I felt because I've lost the love of my life to a man. But you dumb hoe, you the one that left a fucking man to be with this bitch, man. And in many ways, I'm not even mad at the stud chick no more, man, because she actually went to the actual man while you sitting up here trying to destroy men's life because you got left by a female that's going to deal with her natural sex anyway. Like, this place is fucking confusion, man. And this is why we tell you to leave a fucking black woman alone. And all these women, okay, all these Gen Zs and Gen Xs, whatever you want to call them, they all into this situation, man. You got little teenage girls who don't even know what to identify with. They go to school and be called something else, but yet when they go home around their parents, now all of a sudden you know them as Valencia, but yet she goes to school, her name is Marcus. Like this shit is wicked, man, And this is another one too. It says, I want one. I'm not going to do it, y'all. I was just thinking about it. But see, this black woman, man, and this is why we tell you, Jakes, bro, this black bitch, she really thinks that dating an Edomite or Tyler is better than dating you, Jakes. You know what I'm saying? And the reality of it is, these Edomites, they don't really care for Keisha like that. They're just a freak off, man. But see, Keisha think that she's one-upping you when she deals with one of them. But it's so weird though, because when we deal with the white woman, they hate our guts. But in our mindset, we like, you can have the black woman. We don't care. Shit, that's less problems for us. Because we know that the black woman is not with us anyway. So, you know, we don't really mind seeing this, but it's just the irony of it all, the hypocrisy. They can deal with Edomites and be commanded and all, girl, you bossing up. But the minute you deal with an Edomite, oh, you hate your mama. You hate your sister. Oh, your grandma black. And so, you know. But this proves right here that our women ain't nothing but the devil, all right? So this is the book of Sirach 25. And I'm going to start at verses, let's start at verses 12. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. This is utter wickedness, man. All right, because like I said, in this picture, they really think they bossed up. Okay, look at Tyler here, but look at her. Not natural hair, makeup, skin light on. She just looks like a total mess, man. Like the scriptures say, envy not the oppressor, nor choose none of his ways. They've chose every way of the oppressor because they envy the oppressor and they hate themselves, man. Okay. Prime example, you see these women here and you'll find their ass in a suitcase in a thousand different pieces, or you'll find their ass in a basement chained up, legs missing, head missing, you know, some Art the Clown type shit, man. But, you know, Keisha, in her mind, says as long as she get a white boy, she all good with that, no matter of red flags. I mean, it could be several red flags. He can literally have Confederate flags in his basement, and she would turn a blind eye to that and submit to this dude. Every red flag in the Bible, he can have a I hate nigga diary on his nightstand, and she can read it and still think she's bossed up on you, Jake. This is why, hey, Jake ain't dealing with him like that no more. And if Jake is dealing with the so-called white woman, I mean, the so-called black woman, it's probably for recreational purposes only. Because Jake realized that there's no future with Eve, because Eve is not she's not rational, bro. You can't reason with the corrupt creature. And I'm being nice, you just can't reason with them at all, man. Because the spirit of the Lord is totally has not supped with them at all. Like I was at this little restaurant I go to from time to time, and I was eating me some lunch and I was watching a football game, and it was two nigga women at the bar. And then a third one came up, and then it was like a Edomite chick next to me. And you can tell when they want you to give them attention, but it was two Keishas talking to each other, and I didn't even pay them attention. Because one thing about when Jake come in the room, they feel sized up, they feel some type of way about us. So I'm assuming they must have been friends, or they was probably dyking it out, because that's just what the black woman do. She loves dealing with the same sex. But I wasn't really paying attention to them, but I can peep their spirit as they was trying to act like they wasn't paying attention to me, but yet they was paying attention to me. Because, you know, Keisha got that pride, like, oh, you know, don't even look at this, and then he think he the shit. But my mindset, I'm not even focused on them. But I kind of peep everybody around me. I kind of study people. So it was this one Edomite chick next to me. I mean, she looks like she was through. I mean, she had a nice body, had some, you know, some nice little jugglers, I say it that way, trying to be PC. But yet when you look at her face, she looks fake. She looks like a put together porcelain doll, but like a Kardashian, but it was all fake plastic surgery, makeup. Just, you could tell she's had a life of drugs, partying, and being fucked over. And we said a couple of words to one another, but when I realized the spirit she was in, I really wasn't interested. But it was this other Keisha that came up, and she had an Edomite mother, but a Jake father, but she was like real bright. And, you know, she came to the bar and stuff like that. And she sat next to me, and we started having a little conversation, and she started kind of telling me what she was going through. And I was just giving her the breakdown on, well, you know, X, Y, and Z. And she was hoping I made the move on him, but I didn't make the move on him, because I'm just like, okay, Jake ain't dealing like that right now, you know. She appeared to be humble. She was humble. She was cool. She was down to earth. She was talking, and she wasn't bad looking at all. But the reason why she humbled down is because of her situation. She had kids. She had a dude she was going through some shit with. They had broke up, I guess, because he, quote unquote, cheated on her. And I was telling her, I was like, look, man, can no man cheat on a woman? I'm like, you got to get over the fact that you have to know that every man you deal with is going to have attraction to other women. That's just how we're wired. And if y'all can't get with that, then that's your problem. And, you know, she couldn't do nothing but accept it. So she kept like trying to shoot her shot and shit, but I just wasn't dealing with it. I wasn't fucking with it, you know. So to say this is why Jake is not dealing with you women. Y'all don't have nothing to offer, bro. You know, like we're deal as far as, deal, but we not dealing to deal. This is why Jake getting passports, man, because they're waking up to the bullshit like this, you know. But anyway, Salakia, just a little testimony. But it says here, there's no head above the head of a serpent, and there's no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. But I'd rather dwell in a house with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman, all right? And these are wicked women. They're evil, brothers, all right? This is why you have to be careful. This is why you can't get wrapped up into these women all emotionally, man, okay? Yeah, you may love your wife, and that's fine. You know, y'all may take care of each other. That's beautiful. That's your pie. But you have to understand the nature of an untamed beast, man. Okay, they're not with us on this side. So you brothers out there, you getting depressed because your woman left you or she's bugging out. Look, man, you got to man up from that. And you got yourself to blame for that because you invited a demon into your homes and you didn't vet them properly. That's your problem. You have to get over it. Okay, you have to find the strength to get over that shit, man. You know, I hate seeing brothers broken down. I get it. We've all been there. We've all been hurt by women, and it's a shitty ordeal. But when you realize, like, the reality of it, it's just like, why you bugging out, bro? It's just a fucking woman, bro. Like, she don't even know herself, all right? And they don't even expect for you to take them serious because they don't take themselves serious. So I'm past the point now that I'm just like, I don't really care. Anyway, but it says here, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And I'm just jumping around a little bit. Let's go here. Yep, Sirach 26. And let's go here to verses. Yep, let's go to verses 25. It says, a shameless woman should be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. That's right. Okay, and we know what a dog is. A female dog is that great B word that, that that everybody likes to throw around from time to time, But overall, she's an enemy, and the Lord didn't give her understanding. So let's go from here to the book of Job, Job 39 and 17. Because they have no wisdom, and this is why they have to be led by men, all right? But they don't allow themselves to be led by men because for the simple fact, the pride, feminism. So they're warring against what they really are, and this is the reason why they're so depressed and miserable, because they don't want to give in to the fact that they have to submit to a man. That's just how the Lord set it up. Like I was talking to Shorty at the bar, and I'm like, shit, a man, I'm like, you don't know how to choose a man. She said, you're right, we don't. I said, of course you don't, because I'm like, if you did, you wouldn't be in this predicament now. Because I'm like, y'all choose niggas based on how they look, what they drive, what they talking. But you don't choose men based on if they righteous or not. You just choose another man on whether he appears to look like somebody on TV or he appears to be this wealthy nigga in America. That's what y'all choose off of. But yet, y'all don't know the baggage. Y'all don't know the history. You don't know if the nigga grew up with a father. Because a lot of times, these women be in relationships with other women. Because the men are women. They act like women. Emotions, But anyway, so Job 39 and 17, it says, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Okay, so she has no wisdom. She has no understanding outside of what she's created to do. So she has to be led. And she straight up told me, she said, yeah, I want my man to tell me what to do. I said, yeah, you say that now. But deep down inside, before your ass had all them damn kids, you was proud as hell. She got 2 baby daddies. In the back of my mind, I'm just like, all right, well, that's too many. She said the first nigga was in jail. I said, typically. But see, that's what I'm saying. They don't know how to choose. They just don't. They're just wicked. Matter of fact, let's go from here to Sirach. Go back here to Sirach 42. And I'm going to start at verses 42 and let's start at verses 8. It says, be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish. And really, I was just informing her. I was just trying to break down on her on the nature of men and on how things are and how they should be. Just a friendly conversation. And, on my end of it, I wasn't flirting with her. But obviously, she was trying to shoot a shot, but I just couldn't do it. But it says here, be not informed to shame the unwise and foolish, and be in the extreme age that contended with those that are young. It says, but thus should be truly learned and approved of all men living, right? And this is why, we have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding, okay? Because people should be able to talk to you and know, like, okay, something is different about these dudes. They have a certain type of wisdom, which appears to be uncommon, but it's really common sense, okay? The red light says stop, don't walk across the street. It's simple, okay? And people don't operate with common sense here. This is why they always find themselves in dark waters. But it says here, for the father waketh for the daughter, and no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated, and in her virginity, lest she should be defiled, and guiding with child in her father's house, and having a husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren, okay? Because ultimately, it is the woman's job to marry. She's supposed to be given off to a man of understanding, and they grow from that point. And if the man needs to bring in other wives to help the situation, then that's a thing also. But it wasn't always the expedient either, because it's not a necessity that you have to have another wife. But knowing how men operate, it was just how the Lord set it up. You may be a wealthy landowner, and you may need 6-7 people to help till your land up, and then you just can't do that unless you have servants, which your wives are your servants. But you have your wives to do X, Y, and Z, and then you have your servants, and that way it runs smoothly. You see what I'm saying? But like if you got a 1-bedroom apartment, and each to his own. I'm just using it for example. But in the ancient world, you got like a 1-bedroom home. I mean, it ain't gonna usually be 20 of y'all and crowded up in one fucking house. They have different houses and things like that. But it says to keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she should make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. All right. And these women have totally shamed their fathers, because their fathers are not even around. You see, and some of them have relationships with their fathers, but even then they still run the streets like harlots. And it says, behold, not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women. Okay, the point in 13. For garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. Okay, and this is nothing but wickedness, okay? Because you got the stud chick right here, which is dealing with the goofball right here with the different color dress on. And look, bam, here's the stud here. And this is her too with the whole man. Now she's hurt, okay? Because she reverted back to her natural roots. But even as this man, I would even be circumspect to not even deal with her on a serious tip, because this is her past. And a lot of times people's past dictates on how they move in life, man. But anyway, I'm going to end it. I was going to bring out Micah 7 and 10, but you know what? It wasn't really an aggressive lesson, so we'll say that for another time. We all know the scripture by heart. But anyway, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will you edify to the next